to another edition of The Naked Truth. My name is John Singletary.
And I'm Ramon Rome.
And today we're going to talk about a local organization that has vowed to make sure that they advocate for and protect the citizens. Their motto is to advocate and protect citizens through information, education, economic empowerment, and action. They are none other than the Concerned Citizens Alliance. They are a valid organization, and I'm going to let Brother Ramon Rome tell you what they grew out of. Today, our primary issue is to affect the 8,000 people who cannot vote in North Charleston so that they can be ready for the next election that's coming up.
We started back in 2012 under the name of Judicial Freedom Riders, which you still have that website. We're going to be changing over soon. But we started there, and because it was all about justice. But along with the mission about changing our judicial system, we understand that part of changing the judicial system is all-encompassing. So it's economics, it's the political, it's the judicial, and though Judicial Freedom Riders is kind of militant, and after the election we decided that we're going to change it to Concerned Citizen Alliance, because though that our
more assertive, just saying that we're going to stand up. We know our rights and we're going to stand up for
right.
it. I mean,
because the fact that
they consider that militant because they consider any time we take an assertive step to protect ourselves, and we're being militant because we just don't sit down and let them beat us in the head.
Right. Our mission has been more encompassing, broad, if you will, and we will be still focusing on certain areas. Right now, we're focusing on those getting those 8,000 elected, but our goal is not to. We start here in South Carolina, but we want to have Concerned Citizens Alliance in other cities, in other states, and because there are other people, there are situations in your neighborhood and where you live at, to where that you're going to need to galvanize and get people together, get people organized to fight those that are in the establishment. So we grew from Judicial Freedom Riders and into Concerned Citizen Alliance. After the brilliant campaign that John ran, we decided that we're going to make this move here and in order to affect change.
The mission of the Concerned Citizen Alliance, which we both are members, again, we gave earlier, which is to advocate and protect citizens through information, education, economic empowerment, and action. The motto is that local impact makes a difference. Local impact makes a difference. Too many times we have national organizations which have their place, but they have been, because of the bureaucratic system, stifled to the point where they can have very little impact locally. When you have a local organization that looks out for the people locally, then it's another dimension to the protection of your constitutional rights. That's what we need here in North Charleston, and that's what you need in many of your areas. And so at some point we look to the growth of the Concerned Citizens Alliance coming to your neighborhood.
Right. One of the things that we looked at as far as our organization is that be economically, financially independent, and with membership, let it be membership driven versus being corporate membership driven.
Absolutely right. We have no room for corporate memberships. We want individuals who have skin in the game to, and if it's a corporate person who wants to join personally, then that's fine. But we want to make sure that there is no entity that feels that they can come in and buy us out in order to not stay with our mission in advocating for and protecting the citizens in that local area. And so for that reason, we strive to be self-sufficient in several ways. And if you have a desire in your area to join the Concerned Citizens Alliance, or an organization that really is going to make a difference on the local level, then certainly give us a call. We've got a dynamite group of people. We would love to have, all 8,000 of the people that we're fighting for in terms of their ability to vote to join us. If that does not happen, then that's fine, because with a few people, we believe that we are.
One of the things that, though all of our members, the majority of our members are black, and there are a lot of black issues that we're dealing with, we are not, though we might be pro-black, we are pro-black, we're not anti-white. The black community has suffered in this country for many, many years. And there's been a few outliers to where, you had a few blacks that made it. Mm-hmm. But by and large, our poverty is high, a crime is high, income is down, and we want to change that. In order for us to change that, and like I said, one of our mission statements is in economic empowerment. And so we need to be supported by our people. Not by, if you look at every other, you look at some of these organizations, they weren't started by our people. Not all of them, but they weren't started by our people. We need your support. Our membership is only $50 a year. $50 a year. That's a one-time payment every year, but we need your support. We believe that even with your subscription to this organization will help us grow into one of the leading voices for the voiceless.
One of the things that we found is that there has been a retrogression in people and organizations fighting for civil rights. We're going backwards. A lot of it is because as a race we are imploding. Mm-hmm. We are exploding from the inside. Mm-hmm. And much of that is due to the fact that there has been disinformation given to the public. A lot of disinformation that's been purposely given in order to make sure that the process of implosion takes place so that there is retrogression. And so what we need to do is we need to get the truth out.
Yeah, get the truth out.
We need to get the truth out and educate our people as to how this disinformation is causing them to make decisions that are contrary to their best interests.
Yeah, exactly. But we would like you to consider joining the Judicial Freedom Riders, Concerned Citizen Alliance. We are a nonprofit. We are not trying to hustle you or nothing like that. We also want you to subscribe. That also helps in our efforts in the fighting for this cause. John?
Make sure that you get involved with government. Make sure you go to the city council meetings. They have CDBG meetings. They have finance meetings. They have committee of the whole meetings. They have public safety meetings. They have all kinds of meetings that you can go to and get your foot wet, so to speak, into understanding little by little what's going on in government, because that's where the decisions are made. Just recently we went to one and we find that they are giving still non-bid contracts out to people, and with those non-bid contracts, those individuals are paying into the campaign for elected officials who can influence the contracts, and that is a pay-to-play violation that is strictly prohibited by state and federal law. And so until we go and begin to understand the things that are going on, and we actually see how they themselves not only refuse to adhere to their bylaws, but they fail and refuse to correct things that they do even when it's been brought to their attention, like voting on contracts and voting on issues that are totally conflict of interest for the council people and for the mayor. Those are the kinds of things that we've got to deal with.
But you know what, John? That pay to play, that's a video by itself.
We're going to do one on it. We must do one on it. Because see, on the federal level, it matters not if it's a non-bid or not.
Right.
Any contract,
right.
If you applied for it,
mm-hmm.
then you can't donate.
You can't donate.
South Carolina has narrowed it down to only non-bid.
Yeah.
But most places, it's bid or non-bid.
But South Carolina is one of the most corrupt states in the country when it comes down to that. I mean, you know, when it comes down to corruption, South Carolina is one of the top states.
Well, the committee for, or the Center for Public Integrity, they happen to think that you're right. That's what they said.
Yeah, sure down.
Whether it's giving information from Freedom of Information Act or in overall public corruption. You know, years ago, I was involved in a situation where I saw it firsthand dealing with bid rigging. Bid rigging here in South Carolina. And they went as far as to change the South Carolina code without going through the legislature like they're supposed to. But it's a common practice because they did the same thing with the city. They changed codes without going through the council.
Yeah, that's South Carolina for you.
Yeah. There are a lot of states, but wherever you are, you've got to get involved. Get
involved with the Concerned Citizens Alliance. If you're here locally, please hit us up on Facebook or give us a call. But we appreciate all your assistance. And please come to one of our fundraisers. We have them out every quarter or every month, something like that.
Yeah, we're going to have to start having them every month. This Saturday, we're having a crab crack.
That's 27. Oyster roast.
Oyster roast, yeah. We're having an oyster roast. It's 4006 Dorchester Road. And it'll be from 7 to 11. Tickets are only $10. So we'll be having either crab crack, oyster roast, fish fry every single month. And we'll also be educating people on new things that we found through research. And so come out and enjoy.
Come out and enjoy. Well, it's been another wonderful opportunity that we had to speak with you. This has been another edition of
Naked